Welcome to I Am African Podcast. I'm your host, Liz, and I am sitting here to welcome every single one of you, all the new followers. I wanted to take this opportunity to welcome all of you to our community. And I call this a community because I Am African Podcast is not just a podcast. It is a community for people who are interested in learning about Africa, for people who are African and African diaspora. There are a lot of us out there that are looking for community, a space to be able to express ourselves, to talk about the things that are very uncomfortable. And this is the podcast for that. I know a lot of you saw us because of sports, but this podcast is beyond sports. It just happens to have a lot of very passionate people that love sports. And that's why we decided to cover African sports and African teams. And I'm Congolese. I'm very passionate about my country. I'm very passionate about my team. And you got to see a lot of that from me. But this podcast, we cover the African identity. We talk about our identity, who we are as Africans everywhere in the world. We talk about culture. What are our cultures? So a lot of you saw the display of African culture in this World Cup, from the outfits, like team from every single African team, the clothes that they chose to wear. It was a reflection of their culture. For like all the African government officials that came to all the World Cup events, you were able to see how their fashion and the music, how people were able to sing and rejoice. A lot of religious prayers and songs were being sung at these World Cups. You saw that. It's part of the culture that we talk about. We talk about different topics surrounding Africa, African people, and our African identity. So while you are here and you joined us during the World Cup, because we had to cover the World Cup segment, and that's because another part of our podcast, we're covering African sports. We're covering sports where there's African representation. We have teams that have a lot of Africans on them. France. And have teams like, the NFL. They have a lot of Africans in the NFL. We have a lot of Africans in NBA, San Antonio Spurs and Victor Wembanyama. We have a lot of African diaspora as well in different sports. And that's why we covered the different sports that we cover. But this podcast is not just about sports. I want to remind you that the podcast is more than just that. And that's why I'm sitting here talking to you, because after this World Cup, you're going to experience a different side of our podcast, which is season 2 of I Am African Podcast. We're going to talk about mental health. We're going to talk about religion. We're going to talk about how hard Africans hustle. Why do we work so hard? We're going to talk about African parenting. We are going to talk about traditions, relationship. We talk about our identity. There are a lot of topics that we have discussed and will be discussing for this podcast. So when you see a different element of this, please stay with us, because everything that we are going to talk about is something that you are going to learn from. And I want you to stay with us. You joined here for sports, but we still have identity to talk about. We still have the cultures aspect of things. And if you are here and you are passionate, you are based in the US, you're based in Texas, you're based in Houston, and you want to be a part of this podcast, let us know. We want to talk to you. We want to hear your stories. We are going to highlight different stories. And the first story that we're going to start with is my story as the host of this podcast. We're going to talk about how my life started somewhere. And I'm going to say, miraculously, I ended up attending 4 World Cup games. And no one can dream of that. No one can think of moments like that growing up. But that opportunity happened for me. And I can't wait to share that journey with you all. So please stay tuned. Keep following us. Keep sharing. Keep commenting. Whatever it is that you can relate to, whatever it is that you like. I would like to hear from you. So please keep up with us. Keep in touch with us. Go subscribe to our YouTube channel. Keep sharing and keep engaging. Welcome to our community for the new followers, and keep up with us for the old followers. And we appreciate you. We see you. We see everything that you are doing for us. And we see the growth within this podcast. And I'm super excited to share this journey with all of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is I Am African Podcast. I'm your host, Liz, your favorite Congolese, and I will see you next time.